Good morning or afternoon or whatever it may be for you, good listener. My name is T and you're listening to TokYo-Yo Talk. And today I have an extremely special guest. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are talking to Dylan Kowalski.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's a total pleasure.
Thanks for taking time out of your extremely busy schedule.
It's not too bad.
All right.
I can always make time for yo-yo.
Nice. Well, so basically I've got a list of questions here, so I guess we'll get right into it. But first, I think it would be incredible if somebody didn't know who you were, but just in case someone watches my channel and not yours, which would be crazy, can you give us a little introduction about yourself?
Yeah, I have a yo-yo channel. Well, I have a YouTube channel. I do mostly yo-yo unboxing and reviews, but I do a lot of other stuff too. I've had the channel since like 2005. I just in the last like 2 years started using it more. I've been yo-yoing since I was like 15. I'm like 30 now. I won my state competition when I was like a senior in high school, and then again a couple of years after that. I used to be sponsored by extremespin.com, and then I took like a big yo-yo break because I was doing mixed martial arts all the time, and then I started getting injuries and I started doing yo-yoing again, and then one thing led to another, and now I'm on your channel.
So you do a lot of stuff on the channel, like unboxings, and you've done workout stuff and tons of different products and things like that. So are you pretty surprised where the channel is now?
Yeah, like I never thought anybody would watch it. I originally just started the channel just to put stuff on there so I didn't lose it, and stuff like me beating up the snowman and like beating up my mailbox, just like funny stuff that I could show my friends. I started just doing the yo-yo reviews because like there was no reviews of the yo-yos I was looking to buy, because it was like I took so long off yo-yoing, I came back to it, and then when I came back to it, I wanted to get some new yo-yos, but I didn't want to spend an arm and a leg, so I started looking up, and I saw like some Magic yo-yos and all these other companies, and there was no reviews on them, so I was like, you know what, maybe I'll just start reviewing all these cheap yo-yos, for people like me that just want to buy something cheap. And then next thing you know, I was reviewing every yo-yo, and then I started doing other products than yo-yos just because I used to only do a couple of videos a week, and then like January 1st I started doing daily videos, well, as much as possible. I had like 3 months straight where I didn't miss a day from January 1st, but I just started doing other stuff so I didn't get like sick of doing yo-yoing, just so my passion for yo-yo stayed. Otherwise, if I would do it every single day, it'd feel more like a job, so I just like did everything else to just keep it fun, So
you kind of mentioned that you were kind of going back and forth from like fighting and yo-yo, so is that like a way for you to like take a break from the training and stuff?
No, yo-yoing was always something I've always done, like in my spare time and stuff. I just quit doing it like competitively, and I quit doing, I quit caring about how good I was, and I just kind of did it like that. Yeah, like I'd have a hard day at the gym, I'd come home, have a beer, play with my yo-yo, hang out, play some video games with my friends, it'd be more like something like that, like just like a toy, and I think that's kind of how I kind of stopped doing it because it got too serious, and then I kind of fell out of passion with it, and maybe taking the break though really like brought it back. I don't know.
Well, definitely, like I know for me and a lot of people in my position, we got started in your channel with the yo-yo reviews, and then it's really grown into so many things that you're reviewing now. Your channel's pretty unique because you have the charm and the charisma to review lots of different things and be interesting. Like I don't know anything about 3D printers or electric skateboards, but I watch all the videos because I just enjoy them. But so many people are sending you so much different stuff. Do you ever feel like, this is like getting to be a stress, like I have to look at all these different things, or like, I want to be nice to this person, so I should look at their thing, or?
Yeah, well, kind of, yes and no. Like, I started doing different product reviews through, there's this one website, it's called Grapevine Logic, and you can like, once you have over 1,000 subscribers, you can like apply for products, like products you think are cool already, and then they'll pay you like $50 or $100 or however big your channel is, they'll give you a certain amount of cash or whatever. So I would apply for things I already thought were cool, so it'd be like I was getting the product for free, and getting paid for the video. And that was like a couple of the ones I first started doing, and I've only done a couple videos through them, and then like the other companies just saw them, like the electric skateboard companies and like the GearBest. I did some fidget spinner videos for them, and it kind of got like, okay, how many fidget spinners are they going to send me? And then they were like, hey, you want to check out a 3D printer? And it was like, oh hell yeah, because I didn't even know anything about 3D printers when I built that first one. I just like figured it out as I've been doing it, but now I'm gonna use it for yo-yo like videos in the future and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, so I don't know. I never thought like I'd be getting all this stuff, but at the same time, I kind of tried to, like, by using that website, like Grapevine Logic, to try to get other products, you know, just to keep it different. So I feel like if I only make yo-yo videos, then I can only get however big the yo-yo community is that's watching YouTube. If I do, you know, if I do some things here, some things there, I can bring different communities together, and maybe people over here start yo-yoing, or people over here start doing 3D printers, or, you know, it could be like all different, you know. So I just feel like in the long run, all the little communities can help each other, and they can help my channel grow if I just kind of branch out a little bit, you know.
Yeah, I think you're in a position where you can do that, right? You've got the following now, so it's really put you in a good position to try to connect people together. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's awesome when somebody that watches a different type of video, like I hear they started yo-yoing because they found a 3D printer video, or they found a fidget spinner video, and then, you know, and then they start yo-yoing. And, you know, it's crazy. I have, like, kids that come to my gym that I've known them my whole life, and they never yo-yoed before. They've seen me yo-yo 100 times. And then after all my fidget spinner videos got popular, then they all started yo-yoing. And they all, you know, it was like there's, like, 10 kids that go to my gym that all yo-yo now, and it's just, like, hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you teach, like, a club, or do you ever teach tricks, or is it just, like, kind of a random thing?
If anybody ever asks for help, I'll always try to teach them, but like I've never really like done like, you know, teaching people for hire or anything silly like that. But at a contest, if somebody ever wants help with anything or asks me how I do something, I always try to give them a hand. I mean, but I'm not the best in the world anyways, you know. So the kids nowadays are all doing way crazier stuff than I could do. So, you know, so now I'm like the one asking them.
And kind of talking about where your channel started and where it is now and the things you're getting to review, is there anything that you haven't reviewed yet that you want to start reviewing?
I try to go on like whatever is kind of trending, you know, but at the same time only if it's something that, you know, I find interest in. So I kind of just trying to, I don't know, there's all sorts of stuff though. Like I'm really into like if, you know, if somebody wanted me to review like a camera or something, like I'm really into that type of stuff. So like, you know, but you never know. Like I never thought anybody would send me an electric skateboard, you know, or anything like that. So I mean, I'm one of those people. Like once I do one thing, I gotta get like if I buy one yo-yo, I gotta buy like 10 of them. You know what I mean? If I buy like one 3D printer, I gotta buy 5 of them. Like I go like all into everything. It was like MMA. Like when I started doing it, is like I went from like never going to the gym to like being in the gym 8 hours every single day. You know what I mean? It's just like it's just how I am. I just dive into things.
All right, all or nothing kind of thing.
Yeah.
You said you mentioned in videos, and you mentioned now that you're pretty surprised or, you know, excited about where the channel is now. Is there anything you're hoping to do with the channel in the future, or is it just kind of like, yeah, go forward and see what happens?
Yeah, you know, I kind of just winging it, you know. But there is like some things like if I get in the future to do anything where I can like help people or any type of charity type thing, that, you know, it's something that I never would have got, but now that I have like, you know, like the fidget, when I got to donate those fidget spinners, that would have never happened if, you know, I didn't have that one video go viral. So like anything where I can like help people or something like that, I'm always looking forward to. But yeah, I'm kind of just winging it.
Well, it's working out.
Yeah, so far so good.
Right. And I had one last question here, specifically about yo-yo stuff. I think you mentioned in an older review, and then with the katana, you mentioned I think it was the I want to say the luchador yo-yo. Mm-hmm. You helped design with Throwdown, is that right?
Yeah.
And then you mentioned you've been sponsored by other companies as well, and now, of course, you have the sponsorship with Magic Yo-Yo. What do you look for in a sponsor? Like, what makes you excited to work with a yo-yo company?
Well, at first, I was just excited that anybody wanted you know, it wanted, you know, me to be on their team. It'd be the same thing as like, you know, how I feel like, well, people are subscribed to me. I just, you know, oh my God, that's amazing. To me, it wasn't so much getting the free stuff. It was just feeling like somebody was like appreciating, like, you know, what I was doing, you know. And that was kind of more, the free stuff was awesome and everything. But like now it's, you know, it's awesome because Magic Yo-Yo sends me like a big package like once or twice a year of like a bunch of yo-yos, like, you know, strings and everything. But now I got all these other little companies sending me stuff too. So it's not even so much, you know, that I'm on Magic Yo-Yo for the free stuff. it's kind of just, I just like what they're doing, and, you know, I just appreciated, they were also there, like, when I was just a little channel. You know, now that I'm big, if I, like, you know, went to somebody else, or, you know, something that would make no sense, it would, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It's cool that I was sponsored, but I never really tried to get sponsored. It just kind of happened. They emailed me, and I was like, yeah, I'd be honored, you know.
Yeah, it seemed to happen kind of naturally. Like you said, you were just reviewing their stuff because it was cheaper, you know, on the cheaper side. You were looking to get back into it, and it happened naturally, right?
Yeah, like it was, I think it was like right after I did the stealth review or something that they sent me a message, and I think there was people, like, they posted my video on their Facebook, and there was people on the Facebook, like, tagging me, and then there was people commenting, like, Magic Yo-Yo, why don't you sponsor this guy? Blah, blah, blah. And there was, like, people saying that and stuff, and then I got a private message from Winnie. She's one of the head people at Magic Yo-Yo. And she's the one that I deal with, like, most, like, that, you know, out of all the people in Magic Yo-Yo that I'm in contact with the most, so it's very cool.
Yeah, I think I talk to her sometimes on Instagram. She seems super cool.
Yeah, she's really nice, yeah.
That's kind of the thing everybody's trying to get into these days, right? It's like, how do I get sponsored? How do I get sponsored? But it doesn't really happen if you go looking for it, I think.
Yeah, I think there's two ways to get sponsored. You either just crush competitions and you compete as much as possible, or you have, you know, a big following on social media. Because like, you got to think of it, like, everybody wants to get sponsored, but it's like, you got to make sure you're doing something that's going to help. Just because, like, you know, you're a yo-yo or whatever, if you're not helping that company promote, then why do you deserve a sponsorship? You know what I mean? That's kind of how I see it. It's like, if, like, okay, say I was wearing a Magic Yo-Yo shirt, like, you know, is somebody more likely to ask what Magic Yo-Yo is or whatever because I'm wearing it, you know, than something else? But, like, I don't know. That's the way I see it. Is like, you got to kind of go out and do it. Like, if you're gonna be making tons of social media type stuff, you know, then you're a great person that they'd want to market, because, you know, you're out there wearing their stuff, supporting their stuff. But if if they sponsor you and you never make videos, you know, then it's like, why did they even sponsor you? Yeah, like, one of my favorite yo-yoers ever is Boyd Seth, and I know he was sponsored by somebody, if it was CLYW or whatever, but he didn't really compete, and he never made videos, so he got dropped, unfortunately. But he's, like, one of my favorite yo-yoers. I was like, oh man, that sucks. The whole reason companies sponsor people is to promote their stuff in the first place, you know. So.
Well, if you're okay with it, shall we get into our Instagram questions here?
Yeah, definitely.
Paranormal271, who says, how many yo-yos have you thrown in your pool?
I have probably more than 10, but less than 20. So I don't know, probably 12 to 15, I'd say.
You gotta start marketing it on the side of the house.
Yeah.
He also asks, McGregor or Mayweather?
Mayweather.
Your favorite yo-yo shape?
I don't know. I kind of like violent, like wing shape. I don't know, like angular. The katana is very close to what I would really like. I just wish, like, the rim was a little bigger. I don't know. I don't know. I like smaller, undersized yo-yos that are really, like, mean looking. Like, they look like if they hit you in the hand, they'd cut you. I don't know.
Nice. So kind of like aggressive design.
Yeah.
And then their last question they had was, they want to know something about your MMA career, how you started, any achievements, things like that.
Well, I started because, like, I played hockey my whole life, like, from when I was a little kid till I was 18. And then my grandpa, my whole life, was my hockey coach. And my grandpa, like, he used to be a professional boxer. He was the Saskatchewan province champion in Canada, and for, like, the 2-time. And anyways, he was a pro boxer in his day and stuff. He was always my hockey coach. And then he died, like, when I was, I don't know, like 23 or something, but it was, like, out of the blue. And when he passed away, I was like, why did I never get him to teach me how to box? You know, so then I was like, you know, I had, like, a pre-midlife crisis. So I joined this one gym trying to learn how to box. And then the head coach, Oscar, talked me into doing MMA because, I don't know, he just thought I was really good on the ground, and he just thought I'd be good at it. So I ended up falling into love with MMA. And my grandma was, like, super supportive with it. So she, like, paid for my first 6 months at the gym. She bought me all my gear when I first started. She's like, oh, your grandpa would be so proud of you. And then I was like, after 6 months training, my coach said I could have my first fight. So I, like, I was like cutting weight, and I was cutting from 175 pounds to 145, and it was like 7 days before the fight, or either the fight or weigh-ins. It was either 7 or 8 days away, and I went to go mow my grandma's lawn, and I found her in her bed, passed away. So I like freaked out, and I called off the fight, and then like all my relatives started flying in from Canada and stuff, and they were all telling me like, no, you have to fight, or your grandma would roll over in her grave. So I took the fight anyways, and then I ended up winning, and then it was just the greatest experience ever, and like all my relatives from Canada were there, and I don't know, like all my friends were there. It was just awesome. And then I've been doing that ever since. I had a couple more fights, then I kind of blew out my knee, and I didn't hurt it that bad, but it was like kind of messed up, and I kept training on it for a couple years. I did a couple of jiu-jitsu tournaments and stuff, but then I completely blew it out, and then that's where I needed surgery, and here we are now.
Your family has been really supportive of you from pretty much from the start, huh?
Oh yeah. I come from a really big family. Like we got 7 kids in my family, and yeah, we all look out for each other.
Brandon Paget asks, have you tried the Wolfgang yet?
No, I have not. I haven't even tried the carp fin yet. So I'm like, it's like I might break down and just buy a carp fin. I'm like, when are they going to send me one?
That thing is awesome.
Yeah.
And they also ask, what are your favorite non-magic yo-yo throws?
Like that, I really like the Edge a lot. The Yo-Yo Factory Edge. I really like. I think it's almost like I gotta like look at my case and see what I got. I really like a lot of Duncan yo-yos. I like the Strix and the Grasshopper. I like stuff like that. I like playing with a lot of my old yo-yo jams, even though they're horrible to today's standards. I still like playing with them.
There's a fun element to like the crazy designs they had going on and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was like the whole first 5 years of me yo-yoing. That was like all we had, so it's just cool.
And the last question they had was, what yo-yo surprised you the most?
Which one surprised me the most? Probably the most surprised I probably was when I opened that Dollar Tree yo-yo and it just broke, like exploded in my hands. But it surprised me in a good way. The first time I used the Magic Yo-Yo, the Shark's Honor, that one surprised me a lot. I was like, how is this yo-yo so good for how cheap it is? Same with like the Aldi Orbis. That was like one of the first yo-yos I reviewed, and I was just like shocked because it was $13. And like the day before, I reviewed 2 other yo-yos that were like $10 or something, and they were horrible. So my expectations were extremely low. I remember when I filmed that one, I was like, whoa. I did not expect that.
Next one here is from Jules Bosman. If you weren't sponsored by Magic Yo-Yo, what brand would you like to be sponsored by?
I don't know. I like a lot. I like a lot of the companies. It'd be cool to be on Duncan just because they're like the original company. But Yo-Yo Factory, I've been around forever, and they don't really put out. Everything is pretty good they put out. But a lot of the companies are really good now. I haven't even been able to play with all of them. Like some of them, like Recess, I've never played with, and I hear they're like awesome. But I'd say I'll go with Yo-Yo Factory. I'll say that.
So True Brofist 2 asks, your inspirations for yo-yoing, and is MMA your favorite sport?
My inspirations for yo-yoing, I don't know if I really have any. I just do it because my original inspiration was, I saw a video of Tommy Gunn back in the day. He was like the Extreme Spin moderator and like webmaster. He was like a co-owner in the company too. But I saw an old video with him, and I was like, oh man, I want to get a yo-yo and try to do that. And my buddy was like, you could never do that. So then I got a yo-yo and started practicing just so I could show him that maybe I could. And then this is crazy though. And then his little brother wanted to start yo-yoing, and I taught him all the basics. And he started competing and stuff, and that was Ian Johnson. And the next thing you know, he won Worlds. So not only did I show his brother, he really showed his brother. So yeah, that's how I met Ian. Ian Johnson was like my best. I used to be in a band with his brother, and I got me and him when he first started. Like I used to take him to the contest with me, and I taught Ian like his whole first year at least, and then he just became way better than me.
Brad Hawaii Vibes asks, how old were you when you got your first tattoo?
I think I was I was 19, I think. Oh, and before is MMA my favorite sport. That and hockey. I don't know. It's too close to call. I probably like hockey more because there's a lot of BS that goes on in fighting, and like with steroids and all this other crap. At least hockey is like legit right now. So I'll give hockey my favorite, followed close by MMA. Okay, but sorry. Okay, what was the next question?
Oh no, you answered it. It was how old were you when you got your first tattoo?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I think I was 19. Yeah.
Right.
It was the hot dog on my arm. That was my first tattoo.
Nice. Dragamore Gaming asks, how do you keep such a glorious mohawk?
I use the cheapest hairspray they have at the store. Just whatever the highest number it is. I actually have a video on my channel where I show how I do my mohawk, and I do it in like less than a minute. People are always like, how long does that take? I'm like, a minute.
Nice. Which skill do you enjoy more? Knife tricks, yo-yoing, beglery, skateboarding, or fidget spinning?
Oh, yo-yoing is my favorite for sure. But I like bell song sucking most. I am not that good at bell song. Like I'm like really consistent with some tricks, but I'm not like, I don't know how to do anything too crazy. But that's probably my second favorite, I'd say. And then beglery. Fidget spinning is just like, I like when I reviewed them, I would just like, I did the first one because I saw somebody else had a video and it had like 50,000 views, and their channel was like a tiny little channel. I'm like, well, if I review that, I could get way more views than that. And I tried it, and then it was the 7-Eleven one, and I was like, holy crap. Yeah. So that's how it started, and then people just started sending me them, and and that's how I ended up getting the 3D printer, because the same company that was sending me the fidget spinners sent me so if I never would have done that, I never would have got the free 3D printer. So.
JI Bros 27. So we've got a few here. We'll go through them quickly. What kind of car do you drive?
I got a Subaru Impreza.
Okay. What is your favorite color?
Black, but everyone's gonna say that's not a color, so I guess blue.
If you could collab Magic Yo-Yo with another company, what would it be?
I'll say CLYW, just to be different.
And how old are your dogs?
One, Ember, is like 13, I think. She's getting pretty old. She's not very good at going up and down the stairs. And then Eli is 7. Yeah, he's got plenty of life left in him.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Whenever you see them in the videos, they're really gorgeous.
Yeah, they're cool most of the time. Sometimes they're a little...
This one is just, I wanted to throw it in because it was nice. 6-1 Throw says, be kind enough to pass on the message to Dylan. Wanted to say thank you for lighting the spark of yo-yoing again. I was there before you had 2K subs. Now look at your hard work has paid off. You're an inspiration to us all. Keep up the good work.
Oh, well, thank you. That's awesome.
Lots of love in this thread here. Scroll Barf asks, cane or toes?
Taves.
Taves.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe I...
It's okay. Everyone says that though. I would don't beat yourself up too bad about that.
Oh my god.
Everybody says that. That's like on the radio. We always get people saying that.
I'm gonna cut that out.
Yeah.
Mayweather or McGregor? Yes, that's from T Wells 12-6-26.
Mayweather. You're gonna dance around him.
Alright. This one's kind of funny here. Fua DRZ asks, can you stop throwing things away? I think they're asking when you throw things behind, maybe it stresses people out.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
You should keep doing it.
Yeah, I've got to keep doing it. But
yeah.
Yeah.
The updated N8 video you did when you threw it behind and you could hear it hit the concrete, and it makes me cringe every time.
Yeah, there's been quite a few that I was like, I can't believe I did
that. He also asks, ever been bullied or badmouthed for playing yo-yo?
Not really. If people do, it's just cracking jokes. Like, I actually, on Thursday nights, I play horseshoes with, like, all these old people. Like, we're the only team in the league that has a member under 30. Like, it's like we play with, like, 70, 60-year-olds. And, yeah, they're always making fun of me. But then at the same time, then they're all taking pictures with me and everything. So it's totally cool. I've never been harassed too hard about it.
They say my goal for throwing is just to get good enough to show off in front of non-throwers. No plans to be competitive. What do you think about a thrower like me?
I say, that's what... I don't know. I think that's what everybody should do. Like competing's cool, but that's like the only thing that I think like yo-yoing's gotten so much better in the last 10 years. Like the yo-yos got better, everybody's tricks have got better and everything. But I feel like 10 years ago, like everybody was more chill and like it wasn't just all about like competing. It was just like about hanging out, having a good time. And I feel like, if that's what you want to do, good. That's what probably most people should do, I mean, it's awesome to compete and everything, but not everybody can be the world champion.
He has one more question. You seem to be getting a lot of yo-yos from Chinese brands and getting them from Chinese websites too. Compared to other yo-yo brands, do you think there should be improvements in the Chinese brands? He says that he feels the aesthetics are lacking in Chinese yo-yos. What do you think?
In some. I mean, I think it's just like anything. Like if you buy a $10 something, it's not going to be as nice as if you buy a $30 thing. But some of the Chinese companies have really nice ano and stuff. But yeah, some of them could definitely do better. Like there's a couple I reviewed recently that were like there was blemishes on both of them, and yeah, it was the MTE yo-yos or whatever. Which oddly, I think it's actually a Russian company, so I don't know if that counts as an answer. But yeah, there definitely can be improvements. But when you're paying $10 for something, you can't like nitpick everything on it. That's how I see it. Like that last yo-yo I reviewed, it was what was it, the Sidekick Pro? Oh, right. If that was a $10 yo-yo, that would have been I would have got a perfect review. But because it was $30, I'm like, there's so many other yo-yos you can get for $30 that have nicer everything, So. I don't know. You get what you pay for.
Right. Yeah, that's the crazy thing about Magic Yo-Yo is, I actually avoided them. Not avoided them, but for a long time, even when I was watching your reviews and thought like they can't be that good. Like, and I went on Amazon. I was like $10. There's got to be a reason for that. And then I think once I got the N12, I was just like, I need to have all of them. Like they can't be this good for the price. They have to be losing money.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it because it's just like ridiculous. That's the same thing I thought. Like I was like, oh, there's all these yo-yos, they're only $10. Because I was looking, I went on like Yo-Yo Expert when I first started getting back into yo-yos. I'm like, oh, it's still like $80, $100 for a yo-yo. And then I went on Amazon. I'm like, well, look at these. There's like I can get like 5 of these for the same price as that. So then I was looking on YouTube and there wasn't any reviews. Yeah, and that's how it all started. But yeah, they totally play above their price point. Pretty much all of them. There's a couple that aren't my favorite in the world, but they all, for how much money you pay, they all play above that.
That's another thing I wonder about. A lot of the Chinese companies, like he was asking, I think aesthetically they're all fine, but it's funny how you have like TokYo and I'm trying to think of other Chinese companies that are really putting themselves out there, but Magic Yo-Yo doesn't seem to do a lot of advertising for some of their stuff. Like the Carp Fin or the Wolfgang got really hyped up, but other stuff gets it just comes out, and you get one and maybe you don't.
Yeah, it was like the Locust and like all those ones, the Avocado. It was like, I remember I saw it on Amazon or somebody messaged or like left it in the comments, like check this out, and then I had to message Magic. I'm like, is this one of our products? Like, because I didn't even know, But yeah, they're like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh okay, well I'm just gonna buy one because I can have it here tomorrow. You don't gotta send me one.
IEZ78 says you have so much energy. What do you do to chill? Also, are butterfly knives legal now?
Well, that as far as those, the butterfly knives, that's whatever your state you live in. Every state has a different law. In Illinois, they're legal. I think in Illinois you can't have it. You have to have it with a pocket clip though. So they have to be able to see it. You can't have it just like in your pocket. Right. So the one I use the most has a pocket clip on it, but I pretty much don't really take them out of the house anyways. But if I want to, I can. I just got to make sure it's on a pocket clip and I'm not, it's not concealed.
Mm-hmm. And he says, what do you do to chill, to relax?
That's just like basically yo-yoing, or, watch some Game of Thrones, have a beer. I don't know. Yeah.
And last question he has, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Oh, that's a hard one. I kind of like Raphael because he's just like, he's a loose cannon,
All right, well said. Well, that's going to be it for our questions here, but thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thanks for having me. I had a blast.
Anything you'd like to put into people's brains before we head out of here?
No, just keep yo-yoing because you like to, and not because it's cool, or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say, but that's all I got.
What I like to do is ask the guest if they want to sign off the show. At the end of my videos, I always say "Sayonara."
Thanks for watching. Sayonara.